century, every house, every family, every community had their cisterns everywhere. They were all private.
We have one.
The guys that decided to end this story were the British. Remember? The great empire ruling from one side of the world to the other with the ideas of hygiene and health. They were very worried about the fact that the cisterns, the water, are not in good conditions, and therefore they decided to seal them. But they did it only after they made sure that there's going to be a regular provision of water to Jerusalem. So what was actually the first water enterprise that the British made? No, Gihon is what we use today. They actually reoperated the famous aqueducts from the Second Temple period. The one that brought water from the pools of Solomon.
Arnona one.
The one
That
you
it
can
reached
see in the
Arnona,
Arnona,
yes.
Yeah, from Bethlehem, actually.
Salmon pools.
They reoperated it. Actually, those were active also during the Ottoman period, but they were damaged. So that was the first idea, to bring the water from there. But that was not the main enterprise. The main enterprise that they did is to bring them from Afek, from Rosh Ha'ain.
From the north.
Yeah, from the north. And this is what you see, the pump stations along the road number 1. When you go from Bab el-Wad, and you see the pump stations, including the one that says Baruch Jamili 1948, these are the famous pump stations that actually brought the water. So I don't know if you visited or you're going to visit the National Park of Afek.
Still.
There you can still see the historical buildings where they filtered the water, because this is one of the largest natural springs in the land of Israel. After the spring of Dan in the north, Afek is the second one. And from there, actually, they were bringing the water all the way to Jerusalem by those pump stations, in order to bring them from almost level 0 all the way up to the Jerusalem, more than 700 meters above sea level. Okay, so by the way, the sealing of the private cistern was done by the British.
How they sealed them?
With cement.
They just cover and cement.
Yeah, with cement.
They didn't fill them up.
No, just the top
top.
of it. Most of the cisterns do not. I think they did it on purpose in order to give us a sense how they look like. Those cisterns are pretty big and deep, in order to really hold a large quantity of water. I don't know if you paid attention, but you saw here the sign Bustan Sfaradi. Bustan Sfaradi. Maybe you know the famous Machazemer. How do you say Machazemer? Musical, right?
Yeah.
Like Yitzhak Navon.
Oldest running show in the Habima.
Right, Yitzhak Navon. Bustan Sfaradi. Beautiful show with songs, and actually Yitzhak Navon lived here in Oel Moshe. He is from a very, very known Sephardi family. We mentioned Yosef Navon, and Yitzhak Navon was living here. Actually, he spent his childhood right over here. What you can see here around us are the famous mulberry tree. Okay, not strawberry, but mulberry.
So mulberry, this is the making the silk for me.
Exactly, we mentioned them near the
Be careful not to say strawberry, huh?
Here in Jerusalem.
I'm telling you. Mulberry.
And another famous Jewish family that spent their time here in the Machne Yehuda market is, of course, the Banai family, the famous family of musicians and actors. And one of the most famous of them, of course, was Yossi Banai, the late Yossi Banai, who has a very, very famous song about his childhood friends, Ani Simon Moise Katan. When he speaks about his childhood, a very, very beautiful song, he sang it. And he also mentions the mulberry tree right here. So one option for the Ben Yehuda market and the food is actually to give your group the opportunity to go and buy whatever they want